Okay. We are live on Instagram and Facebook Live. Hallelujah.
I love your voice.
Thank you very much. I love everything about you. Everything. There's nothing I don't love about you. Okay? I can list everything if you like.
Okay, cool. Let's introduce me.
Okay.
So they know who you're talking about, who you love so
Well,
much.
I'm talking about my dear wife who's sitting here, patiently waiting to be able to bring you the great deal of the day.
Yeah.
Incredible things that will make your life happier and healthier. And here she is, Suzanne Summers.
Yay! Thank you.
Looking rather regal and blue today.
Yes, well, at a price. I'll go into that in a minute of what it is to look this blue. By the way, the heat coming from behind me, you would not believe. If you live in the east where you don't have desert weather, it's at least 95 behind me, and it's blowing in like hot air. It's hot.
Okay, it's 92 degrees.
Oh, cool.
Okay, here it is here.
Okay.
92 degrees. There it is.
Well, I'm having a very nice day. I just received a beautiful bouquet of peonies from my children and grandchildren, Bruce, Caroline, Camellia, Violet, and it made me quite happy.
In preparation for
For Mother's Day. And Mother's Day, we're celebrating with you on Friday. And so this is really nice. And then Sunday, it just so happens that Leslie's in town with Andrew, and they rented a place over where we used to live. And so we're going to go over there for breakfast on Mother's Day Sunday. So what a nice weekend.
Okay, so Judy Cara said, I want to order gut renew, but I do not know how to do it. Can you give me a phone number? Is there a phone number? Do we have a phone number?
Yeah, we have a phone number on the website. I will post it for you in the comments, Judy, if you prefer to order by phone. If you go to SuzanneSummers.com, there's a phone number, but maybe you don't even like to go to the homepage. So I will get the number for you and I'll post it in the comments.
Okay, there you go.
You know, this gut renew is kind of phenomenal. I went to a friend's house for dinner last Friday, and in her gift bag, I gave her a bag of gut renew, the large one, which we're going to talk to you about today. She was just so excited because she's had celiac for years and years, and oh my God, maybe that'll help. And I said, well, I can't make any claims, but it can't hurt, and it's going to make you feel better. And I said, the people who have been taking gut renew, it's just been a phenomenal success for them and for us. So give us your comments on gut renew. But I feel like Mary Poppins. Here are a few of my favorite things. I love everything here. I take hydrochloric acid with every meal. I take digestive renew with every meal. I take gentle colon renew at night. I take prebiotic every day and every night, and I take probiotic every day and every night, and I take gut renew every day. This is me right here, and it's just phenomenal. Everyone's got gut problems. Everybody. It's just
Okay, we have a phone number.
Okay.
866-222-4620. And there'll be a
And that's,
live...
between 8 and 5 Pacific time. And I also posted it in the comments. So
Okay, between 8 and 5, so you got 52 minutes to make that call. And there'll be a live person at the other end.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
push 1 for English, and push 2 for new products, and push 3 for technical support, and push 4 for who knows
but
what.
What is they're going to explain the large bag and what that's going to be today.
That's a great
today
deal.
We have, number one, we have a 25% off site-wide at SuzanneSummers.com.
Yeah.
So if there's anything you want to pick up on Suzanne's website, the promo code is FLAT25.
Yeah.
Because we'd like you to help you get your stomach a little flatter. Flat
Yeah.
25. So
Yeah.
Now, the value size bag that Suzanne is holding is already discounted more than 25%. So you won't need a promo code to get that. But so many of you are jumping in on that value size bag that we are now offering it on auto to $89.99. For those of you who sign up on auto delivery, you can get
That's
one
a
bag
great
or 2
deal.
bags, and you can get it every month or every 2 months. So, yay! If you love Gut Renew,
Yeah.
jump in
And
get
it's
on it.
awful when you love something and you run out. It's also awful when you love something that you've ordered and they just keep sending it to you whether you want it or not. That irritates me. But not this. If you want to stop this at any time, you can. But buying it in a large bag like this, you'll never have that frustrating morning of, oh, I'm all out of it. You don't want to run out of
It's also
this.
it's the best value.
Yeah.
You know, the small bag is 10 servings. That
Yeah.
goes for $50.
Yeah.
Today that would be 25% off, which gets you to 30 something. The large bag is 30 servings, so it's about $3.33 per serving. But when you add that auto delivery, now it goes down to $3 a serving, which is pretty great for 20 grams of protein.
There's a lot of stuff in this. It's the first time I've seen, you know, on the regular bag, the writing's so small, but in this big one, I see, wow, fermented pea protein, brown rice protein, organic hemp protein, Sasha Inchi, Ceylon cinnamon, natural vanilla, Jerusalem artichoke, inulin powder, marshmallow root extract. You don't have any of that, do you? Aquamin, sea mineral complex with algae powder, sea buckthorn juice powder, organic something umbilica, organic termina chibula. It just goes on and on and on. No, that wasn't turmeric. It was terminala, organic terminala chibula. Anyway, I'm not going to read that. It's like reading the Bible. Well, no, it's not like reading the Bible. It's like reading the dictionary is what I meant, and which is quite different. Anyway, I really believe what's wrong with your gut and my gut and his gut and her gut and everybody's gut is we are under the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity. Never before has man been so bombarded with foreign chemicals invading our body, and our livers are groaning because they're going, I'm your detox organ, but I was never supposed to detox all of this. And so we came up with Gut Renew, which is really quite an incredible thing, and then a system for your GI tract. And if you've got GI problems, pay attention today, because I'll explain it as best I can, because I do take everything here. I have had a lot of gut problems in my life. And it's delicious. Let's just start with that. It's delicious. We have one every morning and every afternoon. You don't need to have 2 a day, but this is the coffee. It's in the program guide called Mocha Whip. And when you see the Gut Renew program guide, it's got all these beautiful recipes in there and all the ingredients, and I think this is the Mocha Whip here. You can make up anything you want. There's no, look at all that.
Wow.
Look at that. You can ice and a scoop of chocolate powder, 70%, and then we add the Gut Renew and coffee, cold coffee. And wow, what a great afternoon pick-me-up.
Yeah, I think that cocoa powder is 100%. It's unsweetened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, no sugar. So you can, the Gut Renew only has 0 grams of sugar in it. It has like 2 carbs.
Right.
So depending on what you add to it, you can really keep it very low carb. It's up to you.
And yet it's sweet.
It is sweet. It
Yeah.
tastes great.
Yeah.
It tastes great. And that program guide that Suzanne was talking about, you guys, if you order one of the Gut Renew 30-day challenge kits, the program guide comes with those, and that gives you enough Gut Renew to make 2 smoothies a day for 30 days. And you get the program guide to show you all the amazing things that you can eat on the plan, and helps you just have a full gut makeover. Or if you just want to have 1 smoothie a day and just order a bag of Gut Renew, you can order that program guide separately.
If you get the large bag and have it sent to you every month or every 2 months, whatever you want, and you already have a Gut Renew guide from your last bag that you bought, this is a good time to give one to your girlfriend or your daughter or your mother or anybody else. Believe me, if you bring up the gut, whoever you're talking to will, oh, I've got that problem too. So there is a like a recipe. You have your Gut Renew smoothie in the morning, and all these ingredients are in there. And the reason you respond to it is that the gut is the length of a tennis court, and it's got this mucus around it, and that mucus is your immune system. But when the chemicals get in your GI tract, and they do, they eat through that barrier wall, they eat through that mucus. Now you're degrading your immune system. And then they go, yippee, I'm in the bloodstream, way! Maybe I'll go for the thyroid, maybe I'll go for the thymus. Oh, you know what I really want? I really, really, really want to get up to the brain. Because the brain is 65 to 85% fat, depending on who writes it. I've heard both, so let's go 65. Chemicals love the fattiest organs and glands. Think about that. So they want to go after your organs and glands, and that's why you feel sluggish and tired and you can't think and you're missing thoughts, because the brain shrinks to make room for all the chemicals. And so we've got a system here. You have this in the morning. You may want to have a second one in the afternoon. And then when you eat, as we age, we lose hydrochloric acid. And why does that matter? Hydrochloric acid, without it, you don't digest your food. So you cannot eat the greatest food in the world. And if you don't have enough hydrochloric acid, very little of it will get digested. So it's kind of a waste, isn't it? You take the hydrochloric acid, betaine, HCl with pepsin. This is the best kind you can get. There's no better than this. Is the best, the best, the best. And that takes care of digesting your food. At the end of your meal, you take Digestive Renew. Now for me, because my stomach was in such bad shape, I have to take 3 of these with each meal. You may only need 1. If you take 1 and you don't feel anything, next time you take them, take 2. You take them until you start feeling a burning, hydrochloric acid, and that's when you back off if you feel burning. And the Digestive Renew is digestive enzymes that takes this good food that's been digested in the GI tract with the hydrochloric acid and then makes it ready to get into the intestines. And now it goes over into the intestines. In the morning, I start every morning with pre and probiotic. If you've ever had an antibiotic in your life, you will most likely need this. The first thing that goes wrong in your GI tract is you lose the balanced microbiome. And so you want to rebalance your microbiome. How do you do that? You've got too many bad guys in there. You need some more good guys. They're not profuse enough. The good guys are your probiotic. Now remember, with an antibiotic, anti takes away, pro puts back. I know it's confusing. If you've had an antibiotic, you want to take a probiotic. Put back what the anti killed off. But if you take a prebiotic along with your probiotic, the prebiotic is food for the probiotic to make it work better. Does that make sense? I know it's a lot of pre and pro and anti and all that. And then at night, before you go to bed, put a spoon of this in a cup of warm water, mix like a warm, lemony tasting fizzy tea. And it's loaded with magnesium, and magnesium makes you sleepy, and it also makes you poop in the morning. So here's your little regimen. It's not hard. HCl with each meal, Digestive Renew enzymes at the end of each meal, prebiotic and probiotic in the morning and night, and then your gentle colon renew at night.
Okay.
That's not hard to do, yes.
So Gigi Lifesay
Yeah.
says, I also want to recommend the gentle colon renew to anyone with constipation. It has been my mainstay every week. Don't hesitate to take this every evening, and it works well with gut renew.
And it tastes good too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's right. She's right.
I like the gentle colon renew. It's fizzy. It tastes like a great fizzy
Lemony drink, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's like having a warm cup of tea before you go to bed. The whole experience is very soothing. So.
And in the morning, you'll have a religious experience.
Yeah. I remember reading.
It's nice though because it doesn't make, some products can get quite uncomfortable. Like if fiber-based, some people have a problem with fiber-based products. I mean, they're good for you, but some people have a problem with them. And that's why, Suzanne said, we need to make sure we say gentle with this. Because
Gentle
it really is. She
colon
uses
renew.
magnesium and vitamin C, and it actually works with the muscles
Right.
to gently help you release. So,
Right.
bravo.
So Diane Lee Elliott Burgess says, can Canadians get auto delivery? The answer is yes. It'll be a little more in terms of postage or whatever you call it, but because we're providing makes up for the additional postage. But it'll be
Yes.
worth it. And, you know, so it'll be once a month kind of deal that you're getting. It'll be a little bit more, but if I was still living, whoops, yeah, we just lost you there for a minute. I would sure get this.
Yeah, and you also might consider getting, getting 2 bags at a time, it might help you with the shipping. So that's why we did
For
put on auto
Canadians,
delivery.
right.
Get 1 bag or 2 bags, and you can get it every 30 days
Right.
or 60 days.
Right.
Try to get you
I highly recommend these products. You know, I'm not up here, yeah, I'm selling stuff, but I'm not selling it to you. I just know I look in front of me and it's relief. And you go to a health food store, ever been helped in a health food store? There's no one in a health food store that knows what they're talking about, that, to my experience. I'm sure there are. Usually the owners know the most, but you usually get a sales guy who's going, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so I look at all this and I think, it's an answer. You're looking for an answer for your gut, like the woman who takes the colon renews, been constipated all her life. Isn't everybody? Everybody's kind of constipated. It's I think the magnesium in this is really, really soothing and helpful. All of this helps and aids with digestion.
Well, most
and
people-
this supports a healthy barrier wall, so that the chemicals can't get out so easily and into your bloodstream. What, Alan?
Well, most people are magnesium deficient.
Yeah.
And, we talked to that doctor on the phone one day who had done some mineral testing for me.
Uh-huh.
And she told you that I was going to die because I didn't have enough magnesium
Or minerals.
or minerals,
Yeah.
right.
That's why we started the black drops.
But I fooled her.
But it's interesting because a lot of people just with the gut renew are getting so much. That's a great thing about it, is that there's so many things in it that just help you digest more efficiently. And a lot of people say they're just so much more regular with gut renew. And then some people need to add the gentle colon renew on top of it. And that's why Suzanne gives you the options of the supplements to really supercharge the results.
I was never constipated until maybe the last 10 years.
Till you met me.
I've always had a good system, and then in the last 10 years, and I guess it happens to most people, it just, aging is about worn out parts, and the parts start wearing down or slowing down. What I found so interesting when I was watching, writing A New Way to Age, is that the intestines lose their motility as you age. And so it's harder for the food to get through. Think of your garden hose, and instead of all being, wound up in a circle, it's all kind of thrown over in the side of the garden. It's all got knots in it and everything. Well, that's kind of what happens to your intestines. No wonder food doesn't have, a good opportunity to smoothly run through. I watch my cat. She eats and then poops. I don't know. They must have a digestive tract. I'm going to look this up. It just goes like that, because there's no wait time for her at all. And then she yells because she's proud
Well, it's
of
always in
herself.
the middle of the night.
Can you imitate her? Yeah, she's noisy about
Okay,
it.
we heard you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Right. So look at me. I fell, and Alan's mad at me because I'm still.
No, I'm not mad at you. I just think you're stupid.
Oh, that's better.
You can
I'd rather
choose.
you be
You
mad
want
at
to be
me.
mad or stupid?
Yeah. When my hip still is at 100%, and so I lose my balance easily, and I'm so not used to having something like this. And you understand this. If you can do it, you want to do it. You don't want to ask for help for everything. And so I saw my blue jewelry was up on the top shelf of my closet. And it's not an ideal closet because it's not my house and it's not my closet. And I stepped up and lost my balance. There was nothing to hang on to. So I have Band-Aids up and down my arm. But anyway, I'll live. But I had to say to Alan, you're right. Does that make you feel good?
No.
You're right.
No.
You're right.
You actually, you just revealed just a couple of minutes before we went on the air, that you didn't tell me before, that you were standing on, what is that thing called?
An ottoman.
An ottoman, which is a round thing that is upholstered and is soft and mushy, okay? So she was standing on this soft and mushy thing.
And I held on to the hanger rod, and I thought
and
that was
reaching
enough.
for jewelry.
And then I reached with this.
And she fell off the thing into her belt.
You know what it is when you fall? Yeah, it hurt. I've got some scrapes on my arm, but it's humiliating. I'm lying there. I didn't want to like call for him or anything. It's like, oh, it's so stupid. Anyway, I won't do it again.
See, I'm not the first one to say stupid.
No, I'm saying to myself that
Yeah.
it was stupid of me.
It was stupid.
Yeah,
No,
I
It
know.
was stupid.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm
Well, I
there.
hope you heal quickly.
I will. Because you guys mention everything, and I know you mentioned my Band-Aid the other day because when we're away for the weekend, when you wake up in a hotel room, I couldn't figure out, I was sound asleep, and where was that? And I wanted to go to the bathroom, and I thought I was in this house. And I'm disoriented this year because I left the house I was in for 45 years and came to this house. I finally can get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom in this house, but at the hotel. So I went to what I thought was the bathroom here, but actually it was the bathroom there, and banged into the door. But the little latch that sticks out? Well, my arm went right into it and it put a hole in my arm.
So I have an admission to make.
What out?
We're in the same hotel room that you were talking about.
Yes.
I also got up during the night to go to the bathroom. And I was disoriented, and it was pitch black,
Yeah.
and I didn't know which way to go. So I started walking in one direction, and then I thought, this is stupid. I don't know what direction I'm walking in, and if the bathroom is in that direction. So I turned around, and I started walking, and I thought, this is stupid. So I went back to bed.
You didn't go to the bathroom?
No. The thing is, when I wake up in the middle of the night, it's not to go to I go to the bathroom because
It's
I'm
an
up.
instinct, impulse.
I wake up because I wake up,
Yeah.
and I get monkey brain for about half an
Yeah,
hour,
me too.
and then I go back to sleep.
Yeah. Did you have monkey brain last night?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I always have
Did you
monkey
accomplish anything?
No. I was actually, there are some times when I get monkey brain and my thoughts are dark. And other time, not real dark. I mean, I'm not talking about death and destruction, but sort of negatives that are irritating.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are times when everything is like, yahoo, this is great. So it's hard to tell. I don't know
Yeah.
what changes, my body chemistry perhaps, I don't know.
The other thing I would say, Suzanne, both of the incidents that you mentioned, you were trying not to disturb Alan.
Right.
And Alan cares much more about you being safe than he does about, one, turning a light on so that you can find your way to the bathroom safely, or number two, bothering him to get you something.
Astute, and you're right.
You're very kind-hearted, and you're like, I don't want to bother him.
And by the way, in that room,
Want me
next to my
bother you?
side of the bed,
Yeah.
I actually had a little flashlight that I forgot about.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
We should travel with our little flashlights.
I do.
Yeah, I should
I
bring
always-
mine.
I always have a
You guys
little
are so-
flashlight.
because you always tell everyone not to have any lights on in your room
Right,
because it's bad for cortisol.
right.
So it helps you sleep better, which is great. So you have to find your way to the bathroom.
And we're right on the ocean, so we had blackout curtains, so it was pitch black.
Maybe
couldn't
what
tell if
we
you're
should
going
do,
to-
you know what we should do?
What?
Before we go to sleep
Yeah.
in a strange hotel room, we should tie a string around the doorknob of the bathroom and then run the string all the way to your side of the bed. So when you get up during the night, you don't have to wonder which direction you're going in. You simply find your way holding the thread, okay? It's like that little kids thing with the breadcrumbs, Hansel and Gretel or whatever it is.
Yeah.
No, don't laugh at me. This
Yeah.
way, you're not going to bang into everything and you
Yeah,
get to the
I'm
bathroom.
not going to hold on to a thread.
Pardon?
I'll wake you up and say, Al, will you walk with me to the bathroom? We'll turn on the lights.
Why wouldn't you hold it to that little string?
Because I can't
Why?
find the
You
string.
can't make a good. You can't
Yeah,
make a good
you
argument
can't
for
make
it.
a good argument for taking it.
No, I would do that.
Hey, you guys, if you came in sure that you're not out of it. You can get 1 bag or 2 bags, and you can get it every 30 days or every 60 days. And we knocked an additional 10% off the price. So
And this is the bag.
Jump in on that.
Yeah.
And then Alan is showing you the promo code for everything else on the website. 25% off today. Promo code is flat25. Those big value size bags of Gut Renew are already discounted more than 25%, so you don't need the promo code.
Yeah. And you get this, you don't get this, but if you want, you can get this incredible Gut Renew program, 30-day challenge program that has all these incredible recipes for how to make different smoothies, and they taste great. This is not like those smoothies that taste like chalk. This is great. Everybody talks about how great it is. Look at, can you see that?
It's so great. And I'm going to make some recipes. In the after show today, I'm going to make 2 or 3 recipes. And one that I've been experimenting with is a chocolate banana frosty. You use less milk, and it whips up like a frozen dessert, and it's really good.
Yeah. Do you use, but what kind of milk do you use? I use coconut milk.
Almond milk. This one is the chocolate banana peanut butter one.
Because so many
use
of you
frozen
are,
banana and peanut butter and cocoa powder, and then almond milk, but you just use a little less almond milk so it gets thick like a frosty.
and so many of you have lactose intolerant. You know, you just can't handle dairy. That's the other thing. As you get older, you have a hard time, you know, there used to be 80 different strains of wheat. They've limited it down to like several now. And that's why the gluten content is so high in our wheat. So there's all the people who are gluten intolerant, and then we become lactose intolerant, and it gets tricky. But we use coconut milk and almond milk, and it just serves the purpose, and it's really good. I've grown to like coconut milk better than milk. I don't drink milk.
So, you know, the other thing that's great about the bathroom that we had at the hotel we stayed at in Malibu is one of those bathrooms when you walk in, the not the toilet seat, but the cover of the toilet seat pops up, a light goes on, and
a gentle light.
A gentle light goes on.
You sit.
And wow, it's like, hello
It's warm.
there. Wow.
And we're at the ocean. I was forgetting where I was, just sitting there.
Or you sit down in the toilet
was
seat and it's heated.
Heated. It's so
A
nice.
heated toilet
And
seat.
then when you're finished, you can press another button and it washes front side, back side, both sides at the same time. It dries. They put a little dryer on there, so you just stand up and you go clean as a whistle.
I know, but I don't trust that.
You don't?
No.
You didn't use that?
No, I did. I used it, but I didn't trust it, so I still use the
Does it feel
traditional
good?
method.
Like if it were your own, you would trust it.
Would you trust it? Because we're having them in our new house.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had enough experience with that.
Well,
Okay?
that's how I fell in love with that toilet. That's why I wanted it put in our new house, because it's
I
just.
fell in love with the toilet.
I did.
That's like a book title.
I know.
I fell in love with
You
the
could fall in
toilet.
love with this toilet.
Yeah, with
I
the
bet there are
toilet.
others out here watching who have those.
But now there are,
Toilets.
there are knockoffs as well. And some of them
I remember
are,
I was over at Barry Manilow's house one night, and he said, "Come with me." Okay, so I walked down the hall with him to his bedroom. He takes me into the bathroom, into his toilet, and he said, "Sit down. It's incredible." And his was heated too, and so he must have had exactly the same thing. They're great. They're great. They're pricey, but they're great.
So Barry Manilow took you into his toilet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there aren't too many people who can say that.
Come to think of it, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Wow, probably nobody. Well, there's got to be somebody.
Yeah, I think he
Okay.
was showing it off to a lot of his friends.
Yeah. Well, it's a great toilet.
Yeah, it's something you want to show off.
When was the last time you said, I've got a great toilet? Now, everything mechanical eventually screws up, okay? In my experience, okay? In my experience. So when it screws up, who do you call? Who? You can't call the toilet company because they've, run out of town. Who do you call?
In time, there will be people who know how to fix these toilets.
Well,
It's like, who do you call for your electric car?
for my
Yeah,
electric,
they've got to have support, Alan. It's the same way, like, if you buy a Sub-Zero, you have certified
Sub-Zero
Sub-Zero dealers.
repairmen, yeah. There are new
Yeah.
specialties.
Okay, so when you're on the phone with the toilet people and they say, well, tell us exactly what happened. Oh, I don't want to tell you what
Now,
happened.
remember you went to buy a new toilet seat at the hardware
Oh,
store in Santa
right,
Monica,
right.
and Alan walks in carrying his toilet
It's
seat.
not the toilet seat, it was the cover.
The cover. So the
Yeah.
guy says to you what?
Your wife stands on it, huh?
Don't you? You stand on it, kind of. It's the only place you can see yourself full length. He'd be out of business if we didn't stand on our
Oh, yeah.
toilets.
He said, yeah, I saw a lot of these.
For those of you who are just coming in, we've got the Gut Renew. If you order this, it comes every month.
That's the big gonzo
Yeah, show them
version.
the deal.
You have the option to get it every month, the value size bag or
Right.
the regular size
Right.
bag. You have the option now to get it on auto delivery, and it'll be shipped to you every month or every 2 months, depending on what you choose. And you get an extra 10% off the price. And if you're just looking for something else at SuzanneSummers.com today, we put everything else at 25% off, and the promo code is FLAT25.
And this
Wow.
small bag is your introductory bag. Try it and see. You'll see. It's a great tasting smoothie. I keep going over this, not to advertise it. I just am loving it. So good. Okay. Also today, we've got some of my favorite gut products. We've got the hydrochloric acid with betaine hydrochloric acid with pepsin. Why do you want that? As we get older, we stop making sufficient hydrochloric acid in our stomach. You need that because that's how we digest our food. And so a lot of people are eating great food, but they don't have any hydrochloric acid. So they have issues like stomach issues, and they're not getting all the nutrients and the good stuff out of the good food they're eating. This helps you maximize your food, and you'll feel a lot better. You will feel so much better when you have this hydrochloric acid. I need 3 because my gut was really screwed up.
And I need 4 or 5.
He needs 4. So you might start with 1. If after a while you think, I think I need a little more, try 2. You take them, as according to Dr. Wright, who's always right, he says, you take them to the point where it burns a little because it's acid, hydrochloric acid. And then that's when you back off and go, okay, that's enough. That's my sweet spot. At the end of each meal, you take your digestive enzymes, digestive renew. That helps you to digest your food and make it ready to go into the small intestine. Small intestines are a complicated, just series of tangled ropes. And as you get older, they get worn out like an old hose, and they twist and turn. It's really, that's a big part of what's wrong with you.
An old hose.
An old hose. Every morning I take prebiotic and probiotic. Prebiotic is food for the probiotic to make the probiotic work better. Why do you need a probiotic? Have you ever had an antibiotic? Anti takes away, pro puts back.
It's awful. I had an antibiotic once and it was awful.
Well, when I was in the hospital 10 years ago, they had me on IV antibiotics for 10 days. My stomach, that was the beginning of my stomach problems. They were never right again, and no one ever told me, and I didn't know it yet, oh, you should really be loading up with probiotic. Why don't doctors know this? It's simple. Anti takes away, pro puts back. We need the right balance of good guys and bad guys in our gut. That's our microbiome. This is how you maintain balance with prebiotic. They taste good. They're like candy. Alan loves them. And that's food for the probiotic, and this is no ordinary probiotic. Oh, I hate. Hey, I did
Hey, you did it.
I did it. This probiotic is very, very special. Can you hold it up? It's a dual encapsulation. What does that mean?
Whoops.
Dual encapsulation means that because the acid in your stomach is going to devour the probiotic, we have in the outer capsule just a liquid that allows for you to it goes into the stomach, and then by the time it gets over into the small intestine, all you're releasing into the small intestine is the pure probiotic. This is kind of advanced technology. And I
It
haven't,
is, and you know, Suzanne's probiotic too, she has these special bacteriophages that
yeah,
kill off the bad guys
Yeah.
and then repopulate with the good guys.
Right.
So it's a special type of probiotic, and it has a chance to actually do its work because she has that special dual encapsulation.
you can't imagine how much better you feel when you start living a life of probiotic. I need them every morning, every night. Maybe you just need them in the morning. So try it out. If you feel so much better, like when I don't take a probiotic, there's like something's wrong. I just feel a heaviness, a bloatedness that I don't like. The care of your gut is for the rest of your life. You don't fix it and then it's all fixed. If you fix it and then don't keep, replacing what your body's no longer making, it's all going to start up again. Aging is about worn out parts. Now, people, when their parts used to wear out, they wore out and then they just kind of have a shorter life. But you're going to have a longer life. People are living regularly to 90 and 100 and older. Alan and I are. And you want to keep replacing that which has worn out so that the machine, the whole machine goes, yeah, we're in great shape. Nothing's worn out about me. You just, every time you hear, listen to the language of your body. I always say the menopause language is itchy, bitchy, sleepy, sweaty, bloated, forgetful, and all dried up. That's all those things are a language. All dried up is a language. You probably really need your sex hormones. Itchy. It's all because your balance is off. You got a itch on your leg. That's when you go to your qualified doctor, which we're going to be able to announce something very soon. We're very excited about that because people say they have a hard time finding a qualified doctor. A qualified doctor is so important. He will know or she will know all of this. And once you're in menopause, traditional medicine, I don't think, holds what alternative medicine holds. I am not anti allopathic medicine. I've been ill this year. Not ill, I was injured this year.
Allopathic meaning, what's your problem and here's a prescription.
Yeah, here's the drug for it. That's drug medicine. There's definitely a place for that. When you're injured, like I was, I had to have those prescription painkillers. But generally, I like to do everything naturally. I replace my hydrochloric acid. I replace my digestive enzyme. So at night before we go to bed, Alan and I always have a cup of warm fizzy tea. It's 1 spoon in a cup of warm water. Gentle, colon renew. And one woman just wrote in that she, just isn't constipated anymore taking that.
Well,
And
Tina Marie says, I have to take antibiotics for frequent UTI, and I think these products are just what I need.
What book?
What is UTI?
Urinary tract.
Urinary tract. But you might want to read Dr. Wright's chapter in my book, Breakthrough. Let me see here. Because that's about, there's a natural way to deal with it. Let me see if I can. It's called D-Manos. D apostrophe.
Oh, yeah, and you can get it
Manos.
over the counter.
Yeah, can you pick up my glasses on the floor there?
Here, use my glasses.
Well, nice thing about Alan and I, we wore the same glasses.
Well, they're $3 each.
Okay.
While
Okay.
she's looking for that, I just want to run through the discount with you guys again. If you're looking to buy anything at SuzanneSummers.com, it's 25% off today, and the promo code is FLAT25. But again, just to reiterate, if you are looking at the Gut Renew value size bag, that's already discounted like 38%. So you don't use the promo code on that. It's already discounted for you.
Okay, let me just read you this.
But you get 10% off if you order the auto renew, right? Or the auto delivery.
If you add the auto delivery to it, you get an additional 10% off.
Right.
So I asked him, I said, let's go through your program. Most people reach for antibiotics the moment they don't feel well, yet you seem to be able to do better work with herbs and supplements and non-drug treatments. Dr. Wright says, let me tell you about a really simple one. Bladder infections. 90% of the time, we can get rid of them with no drugs at all. I asked, are you talking about the honeymoon disease? He said, yes, and sometimes people get it when they're not even having a honeymoon, darn it. You probably know that 90% of all bladder infections are caused by a little bacterium called E. coli. I'm not speaking of the dangerous mutant E. coli that killed people in restaurants a few years ago. I'm talking about regular old E. coli that happens to be living in every living creature that has a colon. Actually, it's normal bacteria. Let me get to the... When these bacteria get into the wrong place, meaning the bladder, they cause an infection. E. coli has the unique capability of clinging to the inner lining of the bladder. Imagine Spider-Man. E. coli sticks to the molecules of a simple sugar called D-mannose that is found there and in the cells that line the bladder. By sticking, the E. coli can crawl like Spider-Man to the next D-mannose and the next and the next. Anyway, this is a very interesting book. There's so much information in this book, and it works for urinary tract infections also. So there you go, honey.
I kind of like you in glasses.
You do?
Yeah. By the way, what's
professional secretary's not a plaything.
I remember that.
That was the
What-
Rich Little special.
Yeah. What is a honeymoon disease?
Too much, you know,
So you have a lot of sex.
lot of sex. A lot of sex.
You
And
have to make sure you pee after you have sex too. That also increases your risk of UTI if you don't pee after
Right.
sex.
Hold
and
it,
there's a
hold
lot
it.
of
Just
friction.
a moment. Hold on.
The
just
honeymoon disease is a lot of friction and a lot of it.
So that means that there's a penalty to pay if you have sex.
No. No.
Now, just a moment. When you said a lot of sex, who's going to decide what's a lot? Okay, are you?
Please, not you. Not
Okay,
you.
who's going to decide that?
Not you.
Okay, a lot of sex. Is that twice a day? Three times a day?
It's a euphemism for it used to be that women never had sex until their wedding night, and then it was really fun because it
No,
was.
but I think that was the propaganda. But of course, women had sex before their wedding night.
Correct.
Are you kidding? I just never met any of them.
You weren't supposed to.
I begged and I whined. It didn't do any good.
Well. Yeah.
Well, what?
Well,
What?
I got married the first time so early. I really had a lot of sex.
Are we going to talk about your sex life?
No, that's why I stopped. And you said, well, what? And then I thought, I don't want to go there. Anyway, and then I married you. And it's wonderful.
Well, it's up to you. It's
Yeah.
not me. It's you. If she will not leave me alone, okay? No, she's laughing. She won't leave me alone. I try to go to sleep. I even turn my back on her. I turn on my side, on the other side of the
This
bed.
is Alan lying.
And suddenly there's a hand
You know,
on my
Alan
shoulder.
lies
Okay.
regularly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Come over and
Okay.
show them how cute you are.
How cute
Liar.
I am.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pants on fire.
Oh.
We're quite, we don't check with one another on our colors. And it's so bizarre how often we come out of our dressing rooms dressed in the same color. You would think that he saw me in blue and thought,
Oh, right.
I'll wear blue too. Am I blue?
I'm a blue. That's the song she sang to
My little grandson.
little grandson when he was 5 years old. He was born in Paris, and we'd go there, and she would sing this to him, and he learned how to sing it as well.
And he would sing like a little puppy howling. Ooh.
And also he would
So
say,
cute.
with a thick French accent,
No. What? What are you going to say?
Hey, would you guys have a picture taken today? You look so cute.
Okay. Take it.
what was I about to say?
You're going to say, I want to touch your butt?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, great, Suzanne. You were censoring me, weren't you?
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean
What
to.
did you think I was going to say?
I don't know. Then I thought, will he like you saying that?
But no one knows who he is.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
My grandson, our
And besides,
grandson.
it's charming, a little 5-year-old boy saying, I want to touch your butt. Okay? Yeah, it's a little cute. It's fun.
I like the no beard. Don't you? I like it better.
Okay.
And it was so nice kissing you this morning. He kisses me awake. Kind of nice.
Well, if I didn't, she'd sleep through the day. So I'd have to do something.
Yeah, he wakes me up kissing me. And it's so lovely. But with the beard, it was like, ow.
It's-
Ow.
Yeah, she said, it's squatchy. Okay.
I didn't ask you to remove the beard, but he came out yesterday looking all lovely, and he had no beard.
No, I picked up on it.
You did?
Yeah, when you said, it's squatchy.
No, I said, I can't take any more of your beard.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of says
And
a
I
lot.
was just kissing.
Yeah, yeah.
Who knows, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, what
Oh,
okay? Are you censoring me again?
Yeah, this time I am,
Why?
because it's going near us.
What do you
like,
mean?
we've got to have some secrets, Alan.
Well, I don't have any secrets. You have some secrets.
What? Keep saying that.
Well, because you do.
I don't.
No, she does.
I do?
She has secrets, yeah.
What are they?
Oh. You want me to reveal them now?
What?
In front of
I've had
every-
so much therapy.
In front of everybody?
No.
No.
I don't have any secrets. I don't.
I don't have any secrets. No. When we got married, I said to Suzanne, I have no more secrets. You can read my mail.
And you can read
You
mine,
can-
and you
you
do.
can listen to my phone
You read all my
calls.
emails and
You
my
can
texts.
come to my meetings.
You take my phone.
Okay, I have no secrets. And she said, I have something for you. And that is, if you ever cheat on me, I'll shoot your balls off.
Now it's not a secret anymore.
So I still have, you know,
You still have them.
lust in my heart.
I
every
love
so
that.
often when I see
He loves women. He
someone
loves all
who's-
women.
Yeah.
And he loves beautiful
Yeah.
women.
So I still
But we were
engage-
out the other
yeah.
night with 5 women, and you had the time of your life,
I
didn't
was
you?
drowning in estrogen.
Yeah,
It
he
was
loved
great.
it.
Really great.
He loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah. And I think
And
they
do you-
liked me too.
They had crushes on you, my
Oh,
sister said, at the
wow.
end of the evening. Yeah,
Wow.
which is flattery.
Where were those girls in high school? They
Yeah.
were around me. Okay. I didn't know those girls. Everyone else did.
That's because
not
you
me.
were out playing with Gibby.
Not in high school.
Who'd you play with in high school?
Myself.
Well, you had a friend then.
What? I did. No, Gibby was in grade school.
Oh,
Gibby was my best friend, and we sold bicycles together.
I met Gibby once when I was doing that movie with Donald Sutherland, and he came to the trailer, but he was very reserved.
I think he was supplying all the technical stuff.
Oh, he was? Oh.
Yeah. He became quite successful.
Oh, he did. That's good. You know who my father's best friend was?
Bucci Boggio.
Beachy Bozio.
Bucci Boggio.
Imagine that being your name growing up. Beachy Bozio. Anyway.
My dad always used to say Joe Budgegalupo. B.I. Scoopy.
Oh, yeah.
Poop by you.
Oh, say that again. Say that again.
Joe, people would say, what is your name? And he'd say, Joe. Joe Budgegalupo. B.I. Scoopy you, double a poop by you.
That's so your father.
If I probably heard him say it enough.
I've heard him say it a number of times. I miss your father. What a doll. What a great guy. He raised those daughters and sons. Great guy. Well,
Well, what?
I just want to talk about, for anybody to just come in, here's the deal.
Why don't you talk about the thyroid,
All right.
okay? Because everyone's got thyroid issues, and there's a sign of someone who's got thyroid problems, which I learned from Suzanne. If they are missing the outer side of their eyebrows.
And you can usually see that on men because they don't wear eyebrow pencil or
Right.
anything.
They
But
have-
when you go to put your eyebrow pencil on, if you're penciling the whole outer third of your eyebrows, it's probably your thyroid.
You know, on one of the morning network shows from New York,
Yeah, yeah.
there's a doctor who
Oh,
comes
yeah.
on all the time.
How can he not know?
I mean, his eyebrows probably used to be like that, and now they're like this.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you have a serious thyroid issue.
Well, thyroid is serious.
Yeah.
If you're not on thyroid medication and you want to be on natural, not drug thyroid, not synthroid, nature thyroid, I mean, it's such a huge subject. I wasn't planning on talking about it, but your voice gets kind of raspy. You're sensitive to hot and cold. You have trouble sleeping. You have a racing heart. You're either gaining weight or really severely losing weight, and depressed. You get very depressed if you have a low thyroid. Hypo is low, hyper is high. Low thyroid I've seen people's personalities change 100%. So there are important tests to take with a qualified doctor. And a qualified doctor will have you check not only your thyroid, but your T3 and T4. The most important number there is the T3, because that number will tell you exactly where your levels are. I take 2.5 grains every morning. He takes 2. That's a lot. When you start, you might take a quarter grain, and you build up according to need. But I don't have any thyroid issues at all. And when you do, you know it. And I'll be more prepared next time to give you a whole, because I know a lot of women have been asking me about Hashimoto's, and that's a very unpleasant experience to have Hashimoto's, and it's very dangerous.
Hashimoto.
And also, Suzanne was talking about this program that she's about to announce. We actually have a date that we will be announcing that. It's May 16th. So it's only a couple weeks away. So
You'll like
we'll
it.
definitely let you know when that's coming up. But she's going to be announcing a partnership with a place where you can find a qualified doctor who can check your levels and see if you need thyroid supplementation.
Yeah, it's all lab work. You can't just haphazardly take hormones. You got to take lab work, and what I need is different from what you need, and your levels will come back. Remember, aging is about worn out parts, so your hormones wear out, your nutrients wear out, your minerals wear out, so you can test for all of that. The body doesn't operate without nutrients, it doesn't operate without minerals, and it doesn't operate without hormones. I was with a woman last week who proudly announced to me, she was older than I was, that she's on nothing. I thought, you poor thing, you must be suffering. And I could tell by looking at her, the signs of her, that she I said, well, one doctor said to me, she whose hormone levels are the highest wins. The highest, longest wins. So if you have healthy hormones, maybe you can keep them to your 50s. Pretty doubtful that you have adequate at 60. Almost impossible to have them at 70 and 80. So you want to have them test your hormonal levels. When you get your estrogen level right, your progesterone level right, your DHEA right, your pregnenolone right, your thyroid right, your adrenals right, your cortisol right, then your insulin becomes right, then you start sleeping. It's a magic pill that no one ever knew before us. We're the first generation to really be able to embrace putting back what we've lost in the aging process. And I can't stress it enough. I'm loving aging as a result of the fact that I'm in balance. I don't have the usual complaints that women my age have.
So
yeah, and I've seen so many questions come in about these doctors and what kind of doctor and what kind of test. And Suzanne is going to explain all of that on May 16th when we launch this program. But
And I can't wait.
It is a service that is available. It's a telemedicine company, so you will be able to access it from all 50 states.
We're all getting used to going to the doctor from home, aren't we? Telemedicine. So it'll be like that, which we're finally emotionally ready for it. That's maybe one good thing that came out of the pandemic.
So I've been thinking about
What have you been thinking about, Al?
Hashimoto's disease.
Uh-huh.
Here's a guy, probably a scientist, a brilliant scientist, okay, who identified what this disease was, and I don't know if he found a solution for it, but he identified it, and that's why it's called Hashimoto's disease, okay? So when you think of Hashimoto, it's like a negative, oh my God, disease. Think of Salk polio vaccine, where it actually worked, and if you took it, you didn't get polio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there's Hashimoto's disease. I feel
Well, it's all
badly for...
rectifiable. That's the great thing. If you have high cortisol, you're not sleeping. High cortisol is your stress hormone that initially was designed for if you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger in paleo times. You get a burst of cortisol and you could outrun that tiger. Well, we're living in a stressful world. We experience more stress in one day than people of Elizabethan times experienced an entire lifetime. So your cortisol levels are probably all messed up, and that's what the racing heart is, and that's what the monkey brain is. That's why you can't sleep and why you want to take sleeping pills. It's possible to get it all evened out. I've written everything in my books. The best, most comprehensive book I've written on hormones was the last one, which is called I'm Too Young for This. Because all the women were thinking that they were too young to need anything like this. Well, you're not. Now you're not too young if you're 35, 40. You used to hold out until you're 45, 50. By 50, you're pretty much zeroing out, and it feels awful. I don't know about any of you, but if you're experiencing severe hormonal loss, you're itchy, you're bitchy, you're sleepy, you're sweaty, you're bloated, you're forgetful, and you're all dried up.
You know,
it can all be fixed.
I think I've saved marriages.
I do, by being at dinner parties.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
sit next to a woman I've never met at a dinner party, and within 10 minutes we're into hormones.
Mm-hmm.
And usually doesn't, she's not taking hormones, or she's taking the wrong kind of hormones.
Yeah.
And she feels badly, and she's having night sweats, and she's gained weight, and she doesn't know why. And she's always bitchy, and her kids hate her, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
It breaks up marriages, too.
Right, exactly.
I think a lot of marriages
I think
break
I've
up
saved
over
I've
menopause.
saved marriages.
Okay, I'm
and I
sure
talk
you
to
did.
these women, and I explain,
just
you know,
love you now?
bioidentical hormones.
Yeah.
And we have a conversation about it, and what they do, and how you feel, and how long does it take, etc. And I know the other day I said to you that, you know, sometimes I actually say, you know, you probably have lost your libido as well. And the thing is, how do you talk about hormones if you can't talk about libido?
I don't know.
Neither do
Because
I.
without sex hormones, women can't feel sex.
That's right.
Men, well, when you lose testosterone, you're not in the mood. It was all set up for perpetuation of the species.
I think even if men are out of testosterone, okay, I believe that are in their heads, they are still in the mood.
I don't know, because
Okay.
you've been on hormones for 25 years now.
That's right. But I was
And
off
the men
it
that
for a
aren't on
while.
hormones at all, they're probably not having sex. But
Hey, you guys,
Yeah.
I have to interject
Yeah.
because we're going to run out of time,
Oh.
and then your close is going to get cut off. And people said they get very upset when they don't get to hear your closing because they think it's really beautiful. But it's
Well,
5:02.
oh, it's 5:02.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you know how I came up with this closing. I did not. It was a voice from above, the God within, and I was in the hospital, and it was when I was poisoned 10 years ago. I've written about that in my book Knockout, and I didn't know if I was going to live or not, and I was having surgery the next morning to see if. They said I had so much cancer in my body, that I had so many tumors in my chest, they wouldn't be able to count them. They wanted to go down and do a biopsy. Well, if you have so much cancer in your body that they've never seen so much cancer, you don't have much thought of chance of living. So I'm lying in my little hospital bed, having been poisoned,
With your husband
with my husband
and our children.
and our children who were at the foot of our bed. And it was the middle of the night, and a loudspeaker came on. And I wondered why Alan didn't wake up, and I wondered why Bruce and Caroline and Leslie didn't wake up. And it sounded like a scratchy microphone, and it said, "It's not who you are, it's not what you do, it's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you." What a message, huh? And I looked at Alan, I looked at my kids, and I thought, I have more love than most people. And I was ready. And then I realized, when I found out after that surgery, I had no cancer. It was all a misdiagnosis, imagine. But that has stayed with me forever. I will repeat it over and over because I believe it was given to me to pass on to you and to think about it. That's all that really matters. It's not what you do, it's not what you are, it's not what you have. It's just about who you love and who loves you. And I love you. Good night, everybody. See you.